Now, let's say if we're given an equation in point-slope form. How can we graph this equation on a coordinate plane? What would you do in order to graph it? Now, the first thing you should do is identify the slope and the point, the xy ordered pair. So here's the original equation. So we can see that the slope is equal to 2. So m is 2. And then we can see that x1 is positive 1, not negative 1, but positive 1, and y1 is positive 3. So we have the point 1, 3. X is 1 and y is 3. So what you want to do is plot the point first. 1, 3 is over here, and the slope is equal to 2. That means as you travel 1 unit to the right, you need to go up 2 units. So the next point is going to be at 2, 5. So if you go 1 to the left, you need to go down 2 units. Now granted, this line's not going to be perfectly straight, but you get the picture. And then just connect them with a straight line. Let's try another example. So let's say if we have this equation, y plus 3 is equal to 3 over 2 times x plus 4. So identify the slope and the point. We can see that the slope is equal to 3 over 2. Now what's x1 and what's y1? x1 is negative 4, y1 is negative 3. Basically, you just got to change the sign of these numbers. If you see a plus 4, make it a negative 4. If you see a positive 3, make it a negative 3. If you see a negative 3, make it a positive 3. So just reverse the signs, and you're going to get the point, which is negative 4, negative 3. So now we can go ahead and plot it. The first point is at negative 4, negative 3. And the slope is 3 over 2. 3 is the rise, 2 is the run. So we're going to travel 2 units to the right, and we're going to go up 3 units. So the next point that we're going to get is negative 2, 0. X is negative 2, y is 0. So now let's use the slope again. Let's travel 2 units to the right, and let's go up 3 units. So this will take us to the point 0, 3, which is a y-intercept of 3. And now let's connect these points. So now you know how to graph a linear equation in point-slope form. So all you need to do is find the x and y values of the point, the first point that you need to plot, and then use the slope to get the next point. All you need is 2 points. If you have 2 points, you can draw a straight line. If you want the third point, that's fine too, but you just need 2 points at minimum to graph a straight line.
Welcome. So, all right, so what we have is 2, 3, and 4, 5. And those are our 2 points. And what they're asking us to do is write an equation in our slope-intercept form. And we're going to do that by using point-slope form. Now, notice on this point-slope form, we have the y2, y1, x2, and x1. So I'm just going to simply label my coordinates in that manner. So I'll say these will be y1, x1, and y1. These will be x2 and y2. And again, like remember when we were doing the slope formula, it doesn't matter how you order them or how you label each coordinate as long as you're consistent. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is let's just plug them into the formula and see what happens. So if I'm going to plug them in, y2 is 5 minus y1, 3 equals m times x2 minus x1. So what you notice is by plugging them in, the only value that I have unknown is m. And remember, m is going to represent our slope for our equation or of our line. So therefore, by now plugging in both points, I'm now solving for our m. So therefore, we have 2 equals m times 2. Divide by 2. So we could say m equals 1. Therefore, the slope of this equation is going to be 1. Now, to be able to actually write the equation, I now know that m equals 1. And all I need to do by using point-slope form is I just need to pick one of these points. I just need 1 point. I don't need 2 of them. The only thing helpful about having the 2 points is I can determine the slope. But now to write the equation, I only need 1 point. So we like to go back to this equation and to say, all right, I'm going to use this equation, and I can use y1 or x1, or I could use y2 and x2. Well, since we already have the equation with y1, x1, let's use that. So I have y1, x1, so it'd be 2, 3. And this is like the previous problems that I showed you, where we say this is x1, and this would be y1. So now let's just plug them into our point-slope equation. So I have y minus y1, which is 3, equals 1 times x minus x2. Well, applying distributive property times 1 is not really going to do much for us, since 1 times anything is going to be what you multiplied it by. So that's going to be x minus 3. And then I'll add 3. That's 2. So therefore, y equals x plus 1. And that is now our equation in slope-intercept form between these 2 points. Thanks.